side. This is News 12 at 11.
Augusta University finds itself in the crossfire of a national debate as Georgia's governor and Atlanta's mayor take public shots at each other. Plus, local students prep for prom night as COVID cases and testing ramp up. But we begin tonight with coverage about coverage. We're talking about these and the rules about what happens when you don't wear a mask. Well, they're different on different sides of the river. Our Celeste Springer is on your side with what can happen if you don't follow the rules.
I think that people in general are pretty decent. I really do feel if they're that against it and wearing a mask, they're just going to stay away.
Cindy Wrdw owns Cindy's Sweet Shop in Aiken. She says if there's any mask naysayers, they aren't trying to come in. Both Aiken and Augusta mandated masks with one key difference. Aiken public safety officers can charge you with trespassing if you refuse to cover up. Across the river, Richmond County deputies say they're treating calls as educational contacts. In other words, no fine.
Our customers have been great. They've all been very compliant with it. Had a couple people come in without masks, not prepared, especially that first day or so. We keep masks behind the bar from that occasion to just give out for folks.
Businesses like the Savannah River Brewing Company in Augusta have been self-enforcing for a week now.
We heard about it at 4:30 after we'd already been open for half an hour or so.
But now they have the hang of it. The same can't be said for a lot of people I saw downtown tonight. Last week, more people seemed to be masking up. This week, it's mostly law enforcement. The sidewalks also look different than a week ago. Most notably, the patio of bustling Whiskey Bar Kitchen, now empty due to a COVID case. Celeste Springer, on your side.
We reached out to Aiken Public Safety. Dispatch tells us there was only one call, just one today, to report someone not wearing a mask. Back in Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp taking his fight against a mask mandate to the next level, filing a lawsuit against the city of Atlanta, specifically taking aim at Atlanta's mayor.
Mayor Bottom's mask mandate cannot be enforced, but her decision to shutter businesses and undermine economic growth is devastating. Atlanta businesses are hurting. Violent crime is up, and families are rightfully worried. Just like sending in the National Guard to protect those living in our capital city from crime and violence, I refuse to sit back and watch as disastrous policies threaten the lives and livelihoods of our citizens.
Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is firing back and at the same time throwing some serious shade at Augusta University.
He didn't go to Emory for guidance. He didn't go to the CDC for guidance. He went to Augusta University, which I'm sure is a fine university in our state, but it's certainly not Emory University or the CDC in terms of its expertise with infectious disease control. So he was searching for an answer. He got it, and it's the same answer and the same playbook that we've seen come out of the White House.
Augusta Mayor Hardy Davis supporting Mayor Bottoms today. Bottoms tweeting out this picture of Georgia Mayor standing in solidarity with her by wearing a mask during a Zoom call. Mayor Davis also weighing in on the mask debate in another way, talking about his own mask mandate on CNN.
I think it's completely out of line and certainly out of character for us to have a governor who says that he's looked at the data on a daily basis and we've just got to learn to live with it. I do not believe that we need to be living with the fact that good Georgians are dying every single day.
At the end of the day, the governor has the final say, and this week he did sign an executive order banning municipalities like Atlanta and Augusta from enacting their own mask ordinances. A hot start to the weekend and some showers too, but Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale's watching. It looks like some even more showers on Doppler Max radar tonight.
Meredith, this is the storm that could. It is refusing to die out there tonight. It is producing some very heavy rain, a few clouds to ground lightning strikes as well. This is over mainly McDuffie County, at places like Thompson, Deering. You're likely seeing some heavy rain and definitely hearing some thunder out there. Now, this should not last all too long if all things goes according to plan. Most of us are looking dry for the rest of tonight. A wider look at our radar. One little tiny shower up there near the northern Wilkes County border, but once again, most of us look dry the rest of tonight. We'll hang in here for a second. Maybe we can see a strike of lightning from our Grovetown cam. This is looking towards that storm in McDuffie County. But by tomorrow morning, we are expecting lows down at mid to low 70s. Have a look at the rest of your weekend coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. As we head to the weekend, AU adding 74 new COVID cases. Right now, 49 people are in the hospital. Across the river in South Carolina, DHEC reporting nearly 2,000 new cases today. The state's total is just under 66,000. 25 more people have died. Tonight, new worries about an indirect symptom of COVID. It's affecting just about everything, including foster care. Experts worry more adults and more kids could wind up on the streets. As Sam Bauman reports, one organization is working to help everyone have a safe place to spend the night.
COVID-19 is affecting us in a way where it's more than just stuck at home and having to wear a mask. It's forcing our kids to think about, what if I go homeless? And what do I need to do to survive?
For Whitney Gilliard of Gilliard & Company, the impact of the pandemic is something she felt immediately.
You know, when COVID happened, everybody went and fended out, like they went out for their own family, right? Like they grabbed everything for their own family.
Heartbreaking for Whitney, not because of what she needs, but because of what foster children and those just out of foster care need.
They deserve to have people grab things for them too.
Young adults like Devania Gentry, who recently aged out of foster care, now attempting to adjust to a new life alone.
First few weeks, I was lonely and my anxiety was bad.
But luckily for Devania, she had Gilliard & Company to help support her.
The Gilliard Company gave me a home, made me feel welcome.
But sadly for many young adults, that's not the case.
A lot of our young adults who are already at risk for homelessness, nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to. They can't travel, they don't have a car. Where do they go? They turn to the streets.
Due to COVID, many apartments aren't taking new residents, and families are far less willing to bring them into their own homes, which is the one thing they need most right now.
They deserve a door with a key that opens and they can walk in.
Something Gilliard & Company can give these young adults, but not without your help.
We're not invisible, we are here. So come visit us anytime and see how you can help out.
Senator Tim Scott visiting Charleston today for a workshop on federal opportunity zones. A recent rule change with the program wants to create long-term investment in low-income communities. President Trump is asking the council to focus
who's at the table, because you want to have community leaders at the table to have a conversation and understand.
And credit unions. Happening tomorrow, Columbia County will be holding a prom for the class of 2020 and 2021. Crews began setting up earlier today at the Evanstown Center Park. The prom will have sandy beaches, cabanas, dance floors, and, as you can see, a giant Ferris wheel that took shape today. 950 students are expected to go, but with such a big crowd, deputies will be there to make sure everyone is safe and especially staying socially distanced, something deputies say hasn't really been that much of an issue.
We haven't had to issue any citations or fine anybody for not social distancing at Columbia County. We have made all types of attempts to just educate the public when we find something like that.
They say they don't plan on handing out any tickets tomorrow. Organizers say they'll screen and take everyone's temperature when they arrive.
If you're going to be up early tomorrow morning, we're expecting
It has been a difficult time for single mothers during the pandemic, but one 11-year-old is serving up something sweet to help out. Chelsea Donovan has that story.
At the corner of Peabody and Hardy Cash, you'll find a group of determined kids.
We're raising money for single mothers that are struggling.
That's 11-year-old Cartier Carey, the leader of the Cardi Pack and CEO of this lemonade stand unlike any other.
I set out to sell lemonade, chips, candies, and all type of stuff that people want to come buy, and it's not expensive.
Each cup of the summertime drink and the goodies on the side all go to buy diapers.
The diapers, they're for mothers. They're for people that know people that have babies.
An unusual business model, but one that's working.
Of course, it's a shortage of Pampers and wipes in the stores because of the pandemic. And I mean, it couldn't have been a better time.
A rising sixth grader and his friends that could be out playing sports or riding bikes, but instead, they're helping single mothers in the community.
I guess a lot of grown-ups out there that's not doing what we're doing.
As a parent, it makes me feel spectacular.
Cartier started the nonprofit Kids for Change 757 about a year ago.
not only help older adults and all, but it's to help children also see that they can make change inside of their communities too.
About 12:30 on Wednesday, Cartier hit the shade and tallied up his sales. A whopping $2,200 made in just 3 days' time. A lucrative lemonade stand made possible by a little boy with a heart of gold.
You guys have a nice day.
How sweet is that? Oh, so great. And speaking of something sweet, you might want something salty too. Well, Evan Cinema is turning on the popper again this weekend from 4 until 7 o'clock on Saturday. They're selling popcorn tubs, assorted candies, and ices. Just pull up to the front and place your order.